Today we are going to do 12.6 and 12.7 on page 68 and 69. Now here guys, you just have to read, okay? It's not difficult adding fractions. I'm going to do an example with you and I will help you when you get to number 3 and 4 how to add, but it's not difficult. So let's read it together. A cake is cut into 8 equal slices. That means it's eighth. It means it's 1/8 plus 1/8 all the way for 8 times, okay? So those are 8 equal slices. There it is. 8 equal slices. It's sometimes necessary to do a visual aid, but as we progress, even in grade 6, we're going to use less visual aids and fraction walls because then you understand fractions and then you're going to be plussing and minusing and multiplying with fractions with ease. Now they say if you eat 3 slices and then you eat one more, how many slices did you eat? You had 4 slices. So already you must start thinking 4 slices out of 8 slices. Okay. The cake is cut into 8ths. So each slice is an 1/8 of the cake. You have eaten a total of 4 slices. But if we're going to write it out, first of all, you ate 3/8. They just switched it around. And then later on, you had one more slice. So you had 1 slice, which is 1/8. And originally, you had 3 slices, which is 3/8 of the cake. They ask, what fraction of the cake have you eaten? We all know that we ate 4 slices out of 8 slices. So already your brain must say, oh, but duh, that's 4/8. But if you like, you can write it out like this. 1/8 plus 3/8 equals 4/8. We can see that you've eaten 4 of the cake. Can you see this is equivalent to half of the cake? Okay, that's one thing. But I also want to show you on the board, if you plus any fractions, as long as the denominator is the same, I hope you should know by now that the denominator is the 1 at the bottom. If the denominator is the same, let's change that. Let's make it 6. If the denominator is the same. Okay. This thing is cut into 6 pieces. So first of all, I eat 1 out of the 6 pieces, then another 2, and then another 1. Already you should know that 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So you had 4 pieces out of the 6 pieces. But when we plus fractions like this as a proper mathematical sum, we write it out like this. If the denominator is the same for all fractions, the denominator is going to stay the same throughout, okay? So in this section, we are only adding fractions with the same denominator. We are not adding 1/6 plus 2/5 yet. So if the denominator is the same, the answer's denominator will be the same. And then you just go 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 1 is 4. 4/6. I'm just going to give you random numbers. 1/9 plus 2/9 plus 3/9 equals. Is my denominator the same? Yes. So that's over 9. And what do we do with the pieces? 1 plus 2 is 3 plus another 3 is 6. So I had 6/9 pieces. But also if I was going to say, if this thing was cut into 9 pieces, I had 1 slice plus another 2 plus another 3. So yes, I had 6 slices or 6 pieces at the end of the day over 9 because this thing has been cut up into 9 pieces. Right. So hopefully that is not too difficult when you're going to start doing the work. So here is the same as what we did yesterday. The fraction chain. All you have to do is copy it into your book. You can just do it like me. You can just make a quick square with a pencil and just make an arrow. You don't have to do your neatest sketch. But I want you to follow the fraction train because this is how I show you that adding with different 6s and multiplying and minusing, then you will start to get the hang of it. Okay. Make your own fraction chain in fifths for your friend to fill in. Okay, we can't do that, but you can just make your own fraction chain. It doesn't have to be as long as this one. You can literally just use 4 blocks if you like. So something with a fifth plus something plus something plus something to get more or less 4 answers. But I will still help you throughout. You can ask me questions anytime. Add these fractions. Is the denominator the same? Yes, for all of them. Oh, then that shouldn't be too difficult because the denominator is the same. And then there's a word sum. I'm not going to read the whole word sum out now. And then there's another word sum that involves a little bit of costing, but I will help you if you're stuck. Okay. Then, solve more problems that involve fractions. So when you have to solve word problems, read through each problem very carefully. Most of you know when you were in grade 3, when you had Ma'am Melody and Ma'am Karika, they always showed you when you're doing a word sum in the Singapore books, first identify what you're looking for at the end of the day and summarize for yourself what is needed. So decide your important facts, yes, and how you will solve the problem. You will see when I send your answers back, I sometimes just write out the word. I write out, okay, 12 Rand for 1 hour. Because that is something that I need to remember because later on, I might have to know how much it's for 3 hours. Then you have to go remember, oh yes, it was 12 Rand for 1 hour. There's my important information. Remember guys, this is your book. You can write in it, make notes, anything that will make it easier for you to understand. So use the information to write a number sentence and then do the calculation. So let's do one example. Then there's 5 with a bit of extensions that you can do on your own. Raisa spends a fifth of her homework time doing math. Okay, write that down. It's a fifth. And 2/5 studying for the test. So what time of that fraction did she use? Okay, so this is how the book does it. But I would just go to my board or my page and I would say, okay, 1/5 is math. 2/5 is study time. Those are 2 things that stands out. So immediately you can start to see where the question is leading you. You know, you're kind of going to think, oh, how much time does she spend on all of these things? Let's see what the question says. What fraction of her time has she used? Perfect, that's what we did. So they just wrote it out like that. I wrote maths first and studying first so that I can see, okay, well, this is the 2 important things. And then obviously adding them is not difficult because the denominator is the same. 1/5 plus 2/5 is obviously 3/5 because you just add the top part and the denominator at the bottom stays the same. So I think you're going to have fun with these. You have to read. That's where your English skills come in. So reading properly and understanding the question, then the maths part will not be so difficult. But like I said, I'm here to help you all the way. So these 2 pages for today, we're going to have fun and I will help you and send videos if you get stuck. Thank you, guys.